Her work still influences artists, musicians, and writers today, and it all started right here in Middle Georgia. Tonight in Georgia's American Journey, 41 NBC's Fiona King shares how literary icon Flannery O'Connor turned her surroundings and her home, Andalusia, into something timeless.
Andalusia, once Muskogee land and later a cotton plantation in the early 1800s, helped spark the literary subgenre now known as Southern Gothic.
Pulling from elements of traditional Gothic literature, so think Jane Eyre, Frankenstein, Wuthering Heights, and then it's adding in elements that are so specific to the South. So it's going to be a lot of commentary on class, commentary on race, commentary on class relations.
Flannery O'Connor became one of the most famous Southern writers of the 20th century, but what shaped her unique voice? Associate Professor of English at Georgia College and State University, Dr. Katie Simon says that O'Connor would deeply study her surroundings. She added the farm played a big role in her fiction, which gave us access to a slice of life of rural Georgia.
This is the 50s, industrialization, the highway systems were coming. There were a lot of transitions, and people were trying to figure out how to, and they still are, how to make it in the rural South, right? What is the role of agriculture? Right? How do we organize labor in this moment in the 50s, right? How do we organize it now, right? There was immigrant labor on her farm. She writes about that.
O'Connor's work didn't just stay in Georgia. It's inspired artists and musicians around the world.
Bruce Springsteen, Bono, U2, REM, Cinda Williams, these people all credit O'Connor with inspiring them and giving them a kind of sensibility.
Middle Georgia in the 1950s left its mark on O'Connor as well.
She absorbed those from her Middle Georgia landscape, culture. She bundled them into artistic forms that are now available for others, and it travels.
In 1931, Flannery O'Connor's uncle, Dr. Bernard Klein, bought the property and turned it into a dairy and beef farm. Growing up, her uncle's farm gave O'Connor a quiet life, perfect for focusing on her writing. Cassie Manel, curator at Andalusia, says O'Connor's journey took her to college in Ohio and a stint in New York before illness brought her back home to Georgia.
She had a health condition, lupus, though at the time she moved down, she was actually under the impression it was rheumatoid arthritis due to a misdiagnosis that, even though it was quickly amended, her mother actually took really some steps to make sure that she was not aware of that misdiagnosis.
During the 13 years she lived at Andalusia, she completed her 2 novels and 32 short stories centered around the American Southern Gothic genre. She was a daughter of immigrants, disabled, a woman,
and she became a famous writer.
Flannery O'Connor told uncomfortable stories to reveal uncomfortable truths, and that's why her work still lasts. O'Connor's story is a true testament to the American spirit. In Macon, Fiona King, 41 NBC News.
And her family preserved the 500-acre farm and donated it to Georgia College and State University. Today there's a museum there celebrating her life and impact as one of America's most famous writers.